Hi, welcome back to Tanya's Beauty Box. I am here today and my son wanted to pop in. This is Brandon.
It's showtime, baby, forever.
Okay, he wanted to pop in for a moment. So that was different. That's my oldest son. I have two sons. He's 29, and my youngest son, his name is Darian, and he's 27. He's at work right now. Um, What we're doing right now is I have decided that I'm going to be coming on a little bit more regularly. And what I have been doing has been some impromptus, get ready with me, and that's what this is today. But I think I'm going to call it more or less shopping my stash, get ready with me, because that's what I did today. So here's our handy dandy makeup bag. I put all the items that I want to use during the video in this bag. So it's a lot of items. So there are some older products, some newer products, some products you may have not seen before, or things that you're very familiar with. So they fit all in this little bag, and I bring it out here to this filming area, and I am going to put it on with you. Um, so I'm going to do something a little bit more different. Also, is I typically find myself rushing because I don't want to make the videos that long. I'm going to go at a more normal pace that I would normally go at to put on my makeup, just to facilitate normalcy, average day, something that I would do in the morning. Now, I would not probably do all of this stuff in the morning when I get ready to go to work, but the majority of it I will. Not going to show everything prior to. I'll show it to you and maybe do an explanation of what some of this stuff is while I'm showing it to you. But a lot of these things, you know exactly what they are. You know what they're used for. Brushes, of course, you know, have their own labeling system. However, you use them in any way that you find optimum or feasible for what you need to do. So, let's get started. Take off my glasses, and we know what I say. Can't see a dang thing. But it's fun. So the very first thing I'm going to use is from Benefit the Professional, but this is the hydrating primer. I have normal to dry skin. So primers that fill in pores and all that other stuff I don't have much of a use for, and it comes out like this. It looks like that. And it's in more of a aqua blue, robin's egg blue color ring than the other Professional. We're just gonna put some of this on. Like I said, we're not gonna rush. We're gonna take our time and have some fun with this makeup process. And here he is again.
Click like and subscribe.
Oh, good gravy. That's my son. He's a ball of fun most of the time. All right. So we have on our Professional primer. There you go, if you wanted to see that. And this should be better for normal to dry skin. All right. Next, I like to typically put on my concealer before I put on foundation. And what the concealer that I really like is from Maybelline. It's the Instant Age Rewind Erase Dark Circles in the color Hazelnut. And that's what that looks like. This is a new tube, and I neglected to get the seal off. So that's what I'm going to be struggling with now. I should have checked it because this could potentially really put the video over the mark here. Like I said, I don't want to rush, but I also don't want to keep you guys forever either. I'm going to grab these scissors and hopefully be able to cut through this situation and get it off. Okay, struggle with this. I do apologize. All right, there we go. Life is beautiful. It has a little antimicrobial puff at the top. that's neither here nor there. It's brand new, so we're going to click it up. Don't you love the clicks? Oh, I hope it comes out of here. Okay, I see something happening. There she goes. There we go. All right. So we're going to put some of that on the under eye in the classic V. They call it the triangle of light. Well, they used to call it that, and I do extend it upward a little bit, and that's to help kind of lift the under eye. And because we're going to do this first so that our eye look doesn't necessarily compete with our dark under eye. I keep saying our. I don't know if you guys have dark under eye circles or not. I know that I do. So put that back on, cap on there. And we're going to use this brush. Now, I just cleaned the brush with like a spray. And what that spray does is that it travels down the bristles of the brush, and it loosens up any product that may be trapped in there. So they weren't washed per se, but I used It Cosmetics spray brush cleaner. And I like to do that. It also conditions, like if it was a natural hair brush, it will also condition the hairs and keep them nice and soft. So I'll just bring this down. I have it in the corners of the eye. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to use a foundation. I've used it before, but only once. It was very early on in one of my videos. It's from Il Makiage. This is the Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation, and I am in the color 220. Il Makiage allows you to pick a foundation, pay $5 for shipping, and if you like it, you pay the full purchase price, which is $44. If you do not, you return it and you owe nothing. And I believe you get a nice amount of time to decide whether or not the foundation is for you. You pick the foundation out online, and I answered some questions, picked the one that made the most sense for me, and when I got it, it matched, it fit. And they're always sending 20% off coupons, 30% off coupons, $20 off purchases and things of that nature. So it's a really good company. It's reputable as well, because they will send it out. You just pay for shipping, and it's a great foundation. I really like it. It's My Skin, another foundation that's my skin in a bottle. Okay, so that's on. Another foundation brand that is more like My Skin in a bottle that really works out for me is Clinique. I do clothes, and that's great. Speaking of Clinique, for today's press powder, I'm using Clinique's Beyond Perfecting Powder Foundation and Concealer. It's in the color, again, 28 Clove. Now, I know it says it's a foundation. I'm going to be using this as a powder, as a setting powder. And because it's my skin tone, it just also gives me a little bit more coverage. And I don't have to worry about light patches because it's translucent, which might come out a little bit white. All right. So we've done that. Next, what we're going to do is, since I already put on some powder and foundation on my eyelids, I'm going to skip the eye primer step. We're going to go straight into shadow. So for shadow, what I brought out is, I can't remember the name of the company, but these shadows come in a palette called the Sunflower palette. This is an old Sephora Z palette. What I did was, when I can't remember the name of the company, is I depotted the shadows and put them in the Z palette, because it was like this big circular palette that didn't really fit in any of my drawers or anything. So I, went on ahead and depotted them so I could store it a little bit better. We're going to use our color switch to get off any excess color on the brush, and we're using the same Luxie brushes that I have been using. We're going to go in with this orange first. Remove the excess, and we're going to go into the crease with that. Okay. Hopefully you see it showing up. The mirror I'm using, I think I explained, was a lighted mirror. The light stopped working, so I cut off the cord and I just used the mirror itself. But I do have a lighted mirror, and I'm thinking what I'm going to start doing is bringing that out, because that'll give me a little bit more light and possibly a little bit more illumination for you guys to see exactly what it is that I am doing. And I'm buffing this out. It's all about the buff. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with this bright yellow, which should have been like a base shade, but I rarely wear yellow on my lid. It's hard to find a good yellow, especially with my darker skin tone. It comes out patchy or sometimes a little bit chalky white. And we're going to put that on the lid. That's showing up nicely. I like. And I didn't want to always do the same kind of look all the time, you know. It's always super warm or bland, not too much color involved. So we're gonna do this here. Okay, so there we go with that. Next, we're gonna take an angled brush. That was a shader brush that I used. The angled brush. And we're gonna go into this forest green. That's going to go in the crease. And let's get it in there. We're going to start on the edge and bring it over. Now the color scheme is supposed to be like a sunflower from when I bought it. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay. I like how that green is really showing up there. So I took the angle and I have the tip of the angle in my crease, and then I spread it around at the back end, the edge of my eye, and then I just sweep the color into my crease there. There we go. So to smooth out the line that made, we're going to take another little crease brush. Oh, that's okay. Is that it? No, it's a smaller crease brush, and we're going to go into this maroon color here, maroon burgundy type color. Could have went brown, but that's basic. We don't always want to be basic and be predictable. So we're going to put that on the outer edge, and then we're going to go back in with that orange because we're losing some of that. Okay, so let's go back in with that orange and put that toward the top there, just so we're not losing it. All right, eyes are done. Next, what I'm going to do is I brought out a blush. And what we're gonna, what's actually not a brush, it's a dual highlighter. It's from Fenty Beauty. And this is the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. We're gonna use the least shimmery of the two, which is Ginger Binge. as our blush. I also cleaned this brush with that It Cosmetics brush cleaner. So that's going to be this side, okay? And I'm just dabbing it in. I got some. And we're going to put some. It does have a shimmer. I am more of a satin and or matte blush person, okay? But I really like this color, and I thought it would pair well with the eye look that I didn't know that I was going to do as far as a color scheme or anything like that. I just basically went with how I was feeling when I opened up the palette. So we got that on. Next, we're going to do some lips. Let's do some lips. I am using a tried and true from Sephora. It's actually an eyeliner, but I like the color. So we're going to put some of that on. It's called Molasses. I use eyeliners as lip liners. I use lip liners as eyeliners. I do whatever I please because I bought it. And it sometimes you can't find a color in the formula that you want, you know. It's like it's hard to find this color in a cost-effective way. So here we go. So we got that on. Next, we're going to use a color from MAC. It's our satin lipstick in the color Mocha. I got this in a BoxyCharm. So, classic MAC. That's the color. I've never worn it before. Okay. All right. I'm hoping that's working out. I really can't see all that great, honestly, but I'm hoping that's working out there for me. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to line our eyes, and this is a ColourPop cream gel liner in the color Swerve. Whoops, sorry. ColourPop in the color Swerve. You probably can't see that, but it's black. And we're just gonna pull our lid a little taut. Just make a nice little line. And it's really smooth and creamy. It went on well. No skipping or any of that. Next, we're going to use from Douce the Punk Volumizer Mascara. And this is the brush. Okay. I really like this mascara. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's really good. I don't know the pricing or anything, but it's Douce, D-O-U-C-C-E, Punk Volumizer. It's really good. I really like it. Really like it. I think it is really black. I like natural bristle brushes. I'm not a rubber brush person. Okay. And for the piece de resistance, I'm going to attempt to do some brows on here. And I'm going to use my Wander Beauty brow pencil. It's the Frame Your Face micro brow pencil in dark brown. Not sure if you'll see that. Okay. First things first, we're gonna groom these suckers. And then we're going to attempt to do them. I'm gonna see if I can do this with my glasses on in this mirror. That's probably the best way for me to do that because I can't see. I'm too close up to really see what's going on here. I'm really scared here. I should have did my brows off camera and first. Okay, that's one. They might not match up, people, so don't hold it against me. Remember, I'm just an average person putting on some makeup. Not a makeup artist, just a makeup enthusiast bordering on makeup junkie. Alrighty. And the very next thing I always think of something I should have brought out, a setting spray. Okay, so I have my little turban little head thing on. I don't have any hair out here to put on, but this is the finished look. And I hope I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed doing this for and with you. And I'll see you very, very soon. Let your inner whimsy shine and continue to stay whimsical. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.